extensive expertise in solar energy, Thomas has founded and led multiple companies dedicated to advancing the adoption of renewable energy. So without further ado, Thomas, please, the stage is yours.
Thank you, everyone. I really do want to thank you for the time to talk about kind of what I'm doing with Skylight lending and kind of how we're advancing the renewable energy trend within the financial industry. So really, what do? We empower change makers. You can be a change maker, anyone can be a change maker. The purpose of it and what we do is consumer lending. So if you are, as a homeowner, want to put solar on your home, you go to an installer, and the installer then gives you what you're able to do and puts it on your home. They don't have in-house financing solutions. We act as that in-house financing solution. No one really has $50,000, $60,000 lying around to go and embrace the solar change. So we help bring them that money so that they can do what they want, right? Be the change maker that we all want to see. Put the solar on your home, put the battery in your home, create savings for yourself. With all that being said, there are points that we have to live by, being in the financial industry, being in the industry in general. So first is, the industry makes the technology useful. Technology sits over an industry. If the industry is not informing the technology is useless and not valuable whatsoever. Second, there's no such thing as a free lunch. We've heard this as a phrase tossed around, but ultimately, if you're not making people money, it's hard for people to invest in your cause. And lastly, keep it simple, stupid. KISS. Ultimately, if it's not easy, it's not understandable, it's not simple, no one's going to use it, adopt it, or keep it relevant in their minds. Plus, it makes things very difficult for you running a company. So, is there demand for something like this, right? Can you make money doing something like this? As you can see, national banks, community banks, and regional banks in the US have a growing trend of investing in ESG loans. Ultimately, as you can see, it's going to make up roughly 21.5% of all assets under management in 2026. It's a growing trend of roughly 84% from 2021 to 2026 with an incredible growth rate. So there's clearly demand here. How can we start facilitating the change between homeowners who want to put it on their home and banks that want to buy? That's exactly what we do. We sit in between both of those industries, making sure that homeowners can do what they want in putting solar on their homes, and at the same time, being the facilitator for banks and the specialists that they need. Solar is a niche product. They don't have in-house specialists at big banks that want to do and generate and originate solar loans that they need to invest in. So companies like us act as the originator for them, giving them the expertise and the technology to do it at scale. Hundreds of millions of dollars of loans per year. So as the market facilitator, we sit in between the installer and the borrower, and the bank and the market. We have essentially two guardrails to our business. If we're not creating savings in terms of energy costs for homeowners, then our business is defunct. They're never going to choose us. If we're not creating returns for banks and getting the returns that they need in order to facilitate their operations, they're never going to invest in this market, in this industry. So we constantly look at those two guardrails to make sure that we are sitting exactly where we need to for our operations and for our growth. And then lastly, what makes us different, right? If you don't differentiate yourself in the market, no one's going to use you, right? So we have a very automated lending approach where we make sure that all of our systems can pull items fast. From start to finish, you can get approved in under a minute with us as a pre-qualification, and then from start to finish, you can get a loan with us in under 30 minutes. All of it automated. We check your income, we check your ID, and we make sure that we are covering ourselves from a credit risk standpoint. At the same time, making it fast and easy for you, and something that banks can trust. We also do something a little different that not a lot of our competitors are doing. We're doing a virtual notary session. So we can verify on video that you are who you say you are. We have knowledge-based questions to make sure that you're not lying about who you are. And then ultimately making sure that when we go and package this for a bank, that bank has certain criteria of what they want and what they want to look for. And we make sure to cover that from the moment you start interacting with our platform. So all that being said, we know the environment that we play in. We know that there's hunger to advance this cause. But like I said, there's no such thing as a free lunch. So if we can create change and returns for not only the borrower, but also for the banks, then we'll see ESG not only grow from a change that people want to make to a change that the market has to make because the money and the returns are there. With all that being said, thank you for taking the time and listening to a little bit more about my company.
Thank you, Thomas.